The Pickleball Show is brought to you by PBX Club. PBX stands for Pickleball Excellence. Join today and get the latest pickleball tips and strategies, news and opinion. Save money on paddles and other equipment with coupon codes to online pickleball retailers. Get travel discounts to tournaments and a whole lot more. How much does it cost to become a PBX Club member? Well, it's free. Just go to freepbxclub.com. That's freepbxclub.com. There's even a link in the show notes for this episode. freepbxclub.com. PBX Pickleball Excellence. Join the club. It's free.
This is Coach Mo from pickleballcoach.com, and here's the host of the Pickleball Show, Chris Allen.
Thank you, Coach Mo, and welcome to the show dedicated to helping you play better pickleball while having even more fun and meeting new friends who share your passion for this great sport. My name is Chris Allen, joining you today from Asheville, North Carolina. Let's see whose paddles are in the fence today. We have from Kansas City, Missouri, Mickey Collins. Mickey, how are you doing?
We're doing good over here, Chris. Thank you.
Well, good. Thanks for making time for us. And from Portland, Maine, our friend Linda Einsiedler. Linda, great to talk to you again.
Hi, Chris, and hi, Mickey.
Hello.
How are things up there? How's your summer been going, Linda? We haven't spoken in at least about 3 months or so, and you were involved in one of the regional tournaments up there that I've heard great things about, so kudos to you on that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're still playing outdoors, trying to catch every little bit of outdoor play as possible, but we're really planning our indoor season, so it'll be nice to hear from Mickey, too, about what he does with his indoor season. Since we're growing and growing, we have some growing pains about that as well.
Now, are you having a lot of new people, a lot of beginners coming onto the courts?
Yes.
How's that working out?
Well, because we have a lot of clinics in the summer, we're expecting a lot more beginners coming up, and the other existing players in our large venues, they're all developing. They've developed over the summer, so we're looking at ways to group them by skill level so we can all work on the same court on developing the same skills at the same time.
Well, I think that you are on the forefront of a lot of technology, a lot of equipment technology, and the first time that you and I spoke, that was the first time that I heard about the dark green Pickleball Now ball, because you set up in Portland, Maine, and when it gets cold, those Duraballs tend to crack very easily, and so you started using the Pickleball Now ball, even outdoors, even though it does have the indoor holes. Right after we spoke, I saw some of the balls. They started popping up here in North Carolina, and then tournaments started using them over the summer, and we've switched over. We're using them now at our local club. You kind of started that wave. I always credit you for being the person that maybe had a lot to do with introducing those balls to the rest of the country. Have you gotten any feedback on them?
Well, I've been following the Ambassador Forum. It's a USAPA forum where all the ambassadors can set up a stream about whatever topic, and one topic was about balls, and it's very interesting. People are either love that green Pickleball Now ball or they don't like it. It seems like it became a wedge issue on that Ambassador Forum.
You either love it or you hate it.
I will say that in my outdoor season here this summer, I had 18 of those Dura, the hard outdoor balls, and I went through every single one of them in a month and a half.
Wow, they all cracked?
They all cracked. They're all gone, so now I have to replace them again. And then all my green, I played with the green indoor ball outside, which people loved. You get a longer point as long as it's not windy, and I don't think I've cracked one of those all summer.
You have a lot of slammers?
We do have a lot of slammers.
A slammer will bust those hard balls quick.
I know.
Now, one thing, I know that there's something new out on the horizon, a new ball that may be the best of both worlds between the Duraball and the dark green Pickleball Now balls. Have you seen those, Linda?
I have. I actually, I got a couple of samples to play with this past week, and well, let me back up. The discussion in the Ambassador Forum has been the huge difference in performance between the indoor ball, which is the Jugs White, or the Pickleball Now ball, the softer ball versus the hard Dura plastic balls, those kind of balls. Mm-hmm. The Onyx Pure ball is an outdoor ball. It's bright yellow.
This is the new one that we're talking about now. It's the Onyx, and you called it a what?
Pure, P-U-R-E.
Okay, Onyx Pure. And that's the one that's kind of like a big bird yellow, a bright yellow?
Yes, and it's made out of the plastic softer, similar to the Pickleball Now green ball, and except it's heavier. So the plastic's thicker, heavier, and the holes are smaller, and the seams are very smooth. So you get a very consistent trajectory and bounce, and it's very quiet for noise-conscious communities. And boy, when I hit the third shot and the dink finesse shots, it's just like hitting butter. It's unbelievable.
Now, those balls you mentioned, they do have the outdoor size holes. They're the smaller size holes, right?
Yep.
So that could eliminate one of the objections to the dark green Pickleball Now balls was that, well, with the indoor holes, it's going to pick up the wind a lot, and so the outdoor players are going to be very resistant to use them outdoors. So now this might be an answer to that problem with the outdoor holes in this new Onyx Pure ball. That could be the best of both worlds.
It could be, and then paired up with the discussion of the huge difference in performance between the indoor and outdoor ball. If you use that green Pickleball Now ball for indoors and then the Onyx Pure ball, the performance standards of those two balls are very similar, so you're not going to see the difference in performance. You don't have to adjust so much between those two balls. So I'm kind of excited about that. That may change the balls, because there's a lot of discussion in the ambassador forum about how differently they play.
Well, and some people said with the Pickleball Now balls that it takes away the soft game just because they are a livelier ball, and you could hit a shot, you could hit a dink shot that would be, you couldn't really do anything with it except dink it back if it was on a Dura ball, but with that ball it bounces higher, and that way they can just slap it over the net, and you have to play more of a power game. So maybe this would ease that objection some as well. If it doesn't bounce as high and bounces maybe more like a Dura ball, then the higher level players will feel like, well, okay, I can work with this. I can get my soft game back.
Yep. That's what I've seen. In fact, some of us are so excited about, and it's so visible. It's more visible inside than that green Pickleball Now ball. So we're thinking of using it indoors because, it doesn't bounce as high, but it'll last a lot longer too. And the jug gets really soft.
Yeah.
As you play with it. So we're kind of excited about it up here.
Sounds good. And I know that Escalade Sports, who owns Pickleball Now, it's their brand, they just bought Onyx, which is Steve Wong's company. So both of those balls are under the same umbrella. They're both now an Escalade Sports ball. So they will pretty much, have the corner of the market. If those balls become the de facto balls to go to, at least the buck kind of stops with them, and we'll know definitively, which one to use, and maybe the one ball finally that we can use indoor and outdoor. Maybe it exists now.
Maybe I'm
hope so.
One of my main ambassador just came back. He played in a tournament in Tustin, California with that ball. He was so excited about the ball, and he'd spoken with Steve Wong about it. And Steve had told the main ambassador that this ball's right now it's pending approval by the USAPA. So it has not been cleared by the USAPA to be used in the major tournaments, but if you have any questions, you might want to check out the USAPA website to see if there's any progress with that.
Mickey, you had mentioned that you have a manufacturer of paddles right there in your local area?
Yes, down in Iola, Kansas, Pickle Paddle has been manufacturing a paddle for a long time. So he's about, a couple hours outside of the Kansas City market. And he will customize paddles for you. And that's who I am having my paddles made by.
So he's kind of like the Brian Jensen of the Midwest, huh?
Right. I have that line of paddles called Dink Pickleball. He's my guy, keeping it here locally, makes it all in-house, and nothing's farmed out. So he's a good guy.
Now, what other equipment do you have? What's a must-have in your bag, Linda? Is there something that you just won't go on the courts without?
I like to make sure I have my electrolyte replacement tablets in my bag at all time to put in my water bottle.
That's something new. I haven't heard of that. So it's like a little capsule you put in the water bottle?
Yep, you can buy them at like a natural food store. I even found them in my grocery store. They're just, one tab goes into your water bottle and it gives you, it's like Gatorade, but I think it's got even magnesium. I'm not sure Gatorade has magnesium in it, and it doesn't have the sugar that like Gatorade would have. But I've been doing that. I've been looking at electrolyte replacement for hydrating. I've been looking at that for about a year since I went to Nationals last year. And
that's something, too, that I know can affect people. You're used to playing in one part of the country, and then all of a sudden you get on a jet and you fly to, arid Arizona or Utah or Nevada or something like that, and you start playing.
Yeah.
You don't realize how quickly you get dehydrated because it is that dry heat, and the sweat just evaporates right off of your body. That's good, especially as we're coming up into nationals, and you might have a lot of people who have never played in that environment before. Definitely something to keep in mind is to keep well hydrated when you're in those arid environments, and keep those electrolytes in there as well.
Oh, and what about protective eyewear? That's really, we're becoming very conscious of the dangers to your eye as we play against slammers, the protective eyewear becomes even more important to us nowadays.
I actually have a question here, a listener question from Frank in Biloxi, Mississippi. And Frank does ask about protective eyewear. I had written him back. I know you had mentioned, Linda, that down in the villages, you were seeing people wearing eyeglass frames without any lenses in them.
Yeah.
And thought that was a good idea. What are you using, Linda?
I go into my running store, and the marathon runners, they have these glasses that are vented, so supposedly there's less fog. They don't fog up, and then you have multiple lenses. They're not the polarized dark ones, but I use the amber ones because I seem to be able to see in the shade and the sun equally well, because sometimes if it's too dark, you can't see in the shade with those dark polarized glasses. So I've been fooling around with those. I have seen players use those racquetball, those wraparound racquetball glasses.
Right.
And they take the lenses out. So it goes all around the head with an elastic band too, very secure, won't fall off, but they've taken the lenses out. So it's just, again, it's a frame without lenses, but they've been using those up here.
Definitely something to consider. Have some eyewear, some eye protection, and maybe it'll give you more confidence out there too as you're playing. Mickey, how are you doing over there?
We're doing fine. But I tell you, a very, very interesting session today. Very interesting. I really appreciate what I'm picking up on.
It's always so much fun to talk with Linda because she's just got her finger on the pulse of all of these things happening. So it's always great to talk with you. But I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you there, Mickey.
Oh, no.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us today. That's Mickey Collins in Kansas City, Missouri, and the one and only Linda Einsiedler up in Portland, Maine. Thank you both.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Pickle on.
And I'd like to thank you for joining us today as well. Hey, have you gotten your copy of the top 10 tips from Pickleball's 3 greatest coaches? Coach Mo, Deb Harrison, Prem Carnot, all together in one quick study guide that will definitely take your game to the next level. It's totally free. You don't need a credit card. All you need is an email address. Head over to freepbxclub.com and we'll send it to you right away. That's free, pbxclub.com. You can email us anytime also, mail@pickleballshow.com. We'd love to hear from you. Question, comment, whatever you got. Also, head over to iTunes. Hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss an episode. And if you feel it's appropriate, please leave us a 5-star review. That helps boost us up in the rankings and makes it a lot easier for people to find the show. I'm Chris Allen. This is the Pickleball Show. And until next week, keep 'em low. The Pickleball Show is brought to you by PBX Club. PBX stands for Pickleball Excellence. Join today and get the latest pickleball tips and strategies, news and opinion. Save money on paddles and other equipment with coupon codes to online pickleball retailers. Get travel discounts to tournaments and a whole lot more. How much does it cost to become a PBX Club member? Well, it's free. Just go to freepbxclub.com. That's freepbxclub.com. There's even a link in the show notes for this episode. freepbxclub.com. PBX Pickleball Excellence. Join the club. It's free.